You mentioned downloading for free there. You've made, well, all of the tracks from your latest album available for free at some point.
Yeah.
What made you want to go down that route?
Because at this point, we're almost back to square one with music, where the musician has always been the guy, you know, that's always sort of been like, oh man, it's not fair. It's these big companies taking care, you know, they rule, they make all the money, and we make zero money. And it's like, well, our only way to actually seize back and get back some of the power is to actually say, you know what? Have the music. It's our marketing tool now. It's our promotion. But when you come to the show, you will buy a t-shirt if you like the band. You will buy a ticket to the show. You'll support us in one way or another. So in a sense, you know, we're still not making the same amount of money if you know, even if it was downloadable and you were getting money from for 99 cents a song per se. Let's use that as an example. By the end of the day, when it all comes down to this person getting their piece of the pie, this person getting their other piece of the pie, it really adds up to not very much. And the idea of giving my songs away with a conscious free download, and that was the concept that I came up with, was why not give the fan or the listener the best possible version of your work, for them to appreciate and hopefully for them to turn someone else on to. Because I'd be honest with you, if I sell a CD, and I really hope that, you know, I'm the old school guy that wants to sell a tangible CD that you could hold and touch, and that's all in the works that's going to come out. But 99% of people today, even if they do buy a CD, they stick it in their computer, make it download, you know, put it onto their iPod, and then the CD goes into their shelf, never to be seen again. I'd much rather have the songs go directly to their iPod. You get them for free, but then when they want to support the band, you buy, you know, a t-shirt where they can wear it and people will actually see it, or you buy some sort of merchandise, you know, and people actually can see what band you're supporting. That's why, to me, it's songs now are nothing more, you know, they're ways, they're escapism for 3.5 minutes, but they're also a really good way to market your own brand, especially if you've been around for as long as, you know, kicking in the trenches like I have. You know, I'm one of those guys that, you know, you might never have heard of my name, Ryan Roxie, but you know, I've been around for, you know, a while, and I'm not hoping to go away anytime soon. I still got a lot of things in the works, a lot of bands that I'm working with, and a lot of projects that I'm working with too. So hopefully I can be around, you know, in this scene for a while. And I think you have to adapt to the way that the musical environment is. And right now, people are accustomed not to pay for music. Unfortunately, that's one of the drawbacks of the internet. But you know, that might be a con, but the pro is I have 1 million more people that can, you know, for instance, this song, When You See God, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when you know, when all this stuff was in its infancy with the internet, it would have been much harder to release a song the way I did and have it, you know, be so universally known so quickly, unless I had that. Yeah, well, I mean, I hate to use those you know, really those really common tags like something going viral or whatever. I mean, hopefully it sounds like something that I used to catch at the Rainbow Bar and Grill. I don't want anything viral, you know, but now you kind of want stuff viral, you know. You want things to go viral. Let me tell you, back in my day, hanging out in Los Angeles, you didn't want anything viral. It was bad. But now it seems to be like a good, you know, it's a good thing. And I actually think that with all the bitching and moaning about that artists have about not being able to get paid because of the internet, it's because because of the internet that a lot of these artists are able to hang around and still have this communication and relationship with their fans. So I still have contact with fans and people that have listened to my first album with Electric Angels. And they're fans now of all the bands I've been in, all the way up until Roxie 77, you know? Hopefully they're still fans.
I'm sure they are. You also did the...
How did you, for instance, I'm just curious, how did you find out about my music and myself?
A friend of mine actually gave me the Dad's Porno Mag CD and Peace, Love and Armageddon.
Okay, so you learned about it through the old school method of a tangible CD. It wasn't it wasn't a file at that point.
No, it was actual
so
CD.
I salute you for being old school. It wasn't a cassette though.
No, not that old school. Not vinyl.
Vinyl's like, you know what? Cassette's the real old school. I was just talking about that to a friend because vinyl's one of those things now that's kind of like, it's so classic that everybody wants to bring it back. But I don't think anyone's talking about bringing back something on cassette. And we forget so quickly how much that the cassette tape was so much a part of our lives for so many years. I mean, for so many years, the only way you could listen to music, your own music in a car, was if you had a cassette player. So, here we go.
So you're going to bring it back?
Absolutely not. I thought cassettes were horrible. I mean, no. I might package, you know, our downloadable zip stick or whatever it is, or zip drive into cassette packaging. I love packaging, but no, come on. You have to roll with the changes, and if someone offers you a better and easier way to do something, you shouldn't just stick to your old ways just because they're your old ways. If it sounds better, like I said, you know, I am a stickler, and I'm probably one of the last of the rock and rollers that's been able to say that they made records on, you know, every format possible. I mean, I made it on, you know, big old magnetic 2-inch tape, and then I went to the ADATs, and then I went to, you know, and it's gone through all the different phases of digital recording. So I've been able to make albums on every format possible. And I do still prefer actually doing drums and some amount of, you know, basic tracks on tape, because it does give a certain thickness to it, and it gives it a certain breathability. I don't know, it's weird to say it, but a certain airiness to the sound. And if possible, but if not, come on, man. I mean, our ears are accustomed to hearing things out of iPhone speakers, so, you know, how much hi-fi is there really there?
How many people actually listen to it on big sound systems?
Well, I mean, we have the technology to do it. That's the most bizarre thing, is that when we listen to music in our own private, you know, setting, we actually, our ears are sort of downgraded, because now we listen to it on like either computer speakers, or we listen to it on iPhone speakers, or whatever it is, you know, or cell phone speakers. But then when we go to a concert, the sound quality has gotten so much better that if we go to a live concert, we almost expect it. And we demand it, actually, that it sounds as good as the record, which in my day, you know, back when I started playing live shows, we were lucky if you could even hear any separation between the musicians and the feedback and everything, because the live sound has changed so much over the years. So it's quite a weird concept that we, you know, now at a live show we demand really clear, you know, hi-fi clarity, and then, you know, we're not so stingy about that when it comes to our own personal listening. Psychology.
Yep. What about yourself? What do you listen to music on when you're at home?
Well, I actually am lucky that I have a pair of studio monitors that I have hooked up through my. I only have them hooked up because I think I'm too cheap to actually go out and buy a really nice stereo. but you know, my studio monitors are hooked up through my Mac, and then you know I listen to. There's a thing called Spotify out here in. I don't know if you guys have that yet, but in Sweden, it was invented here in Sweden. The concept was, and it's just, you know, it's one of those revolutionary things that's gonna, you know, it's gonna change the way we listen to music and the way we enjoy music. I actually love it because, but I do listen to it through like, you know, a set of studio monitors, and it sounds really nice, you know.